Hey there guys, how are you? Welcome to a very special Q&A video here on the FlickPick channel. Now typically when I do Q&A videos, they're on my second channel, John Flickster. And a lot of people who watch this channel don't even know I have a second channel, but I do. It's a good time, it's magical and mystical. I'll put a link to that channel down below. Don't get scared. And when it comes to videos, my favorite type of video to make are Q&A videos because I get to connect with you guys. I get to answer your questions. I get to talk about random stuff that I typically don't get to talk about in movie reviews or movie news episodes. And I'll be honest with you, lately I felt like there's been a disconnect between you and me. Here you are, here I am, but now it's time to come together, like this, and bond. And very quickly, I wanted to let you guys know that this Q&A video is sponsored by Underworld Blood Wars. The movie stars Kate Beckinsale, who's a vampire death dealer. So here's the deal, I'm going to do a quick unboxing of this exclusive steelbook that you can buy at Best Buy only, but because I like you guys and I really appreciate you guys watching my videos, what I'm going to do down below, all you have to do is comment and like this video. I will pick somebody down below and I will give you this steelbook. I will send it to you, I'll even give you an autograph, I'll hug it before I send it out, because I do appreciate you guys watching my videos and it does mean the world to me. And I'm really digging the cover art to this. It has a retro 1980s vibe going on. That's the kind of stuff I like. Okay, so this is the 4K edition of Underworld Blood Wars. I have yet to watch this movie yet, so before I send it to someone, I'm actually probably gonna watch it and check it out. All right, there's the front, there's the side, and there's the back, and this is a sleek steelbook. And there's just something about steelbooks that make me feel better about who I am and what I'm doing in life. Like they entice me to actually watch the movie more. Is that weird? All right, let's open this up. It comes with the digital download copy code. It also comes with the DVD, the 4K Blu-ray, and the normal Blu-ray behind it. Underworld Blood Wars is available right now on Blu-ray or digital download, and if you want more info, you can click the link down below, but this special exclusive Blu-ray is only available at Best Buy. I almost don't want to give this away now because I really enjoy the design of it, but like I said, leave a comment down below. I will give this away to somebody who comments down below. Make sure you like the video. What movie were you really excited to see, but turned out to be a letdown? I would say Matrix Part 2 and Matrix Part 3 really let me down because based on the first movie, I was hyped. I loved the concept. And then when I watched the sequels, they just became these convoluted, boring, drug-out messes with CG that didn't quite look as good as it possibly could have. And speaking of sequels, there was another movie that I was super hyped to see that was a huge blockbuster sequel. And I remember the day very vividly because it was one of those movie theater experiences that just wasn't that great. And here it goes. It was the year 2007, and the movie was Spider-Man 3. Now, I really enjoyed the first Spider-Man and the second Spider-Man movie, so going into Spider-Man 3, it had Venom in it, it had all these cool things I couldn't wait to see. And then I started watching the movie, and it turned into something completely different. It felt like 5 different movies in one, and a few of those movies were just boring piles of shit. And don't even get me started on the origin story of how Venom was introduced in that movie. And then there's that extended 10-minute scene where Tobey Maguire's wearing eyeliner, his hair's greasy, and he turns into an emo who then dances. But to top it all off, I remember sitting in the theater watching this. The AC in the theater broke, so it was 120 degrees in there. Okay, it probably wasn't that hot, I'm exaggerating, but it was very hot, it was very sweaty, I felt sticky. And then sitting right behind me was a dude who was chewing his popcorn like a garbage disposal. For 3 hours. That's what I listened to. And it almost became the most entertaining thing about the experience was just listening to him because it became comical and we just started laughing because the movie just wasn't entertaining. Can we get a new Flick Cave tour? And do you have a Patreon? Okay, as far as the new Flick Cave goes, it's still under construction. I haven't quite finished it yet. And yeah, pretty much all my Blu-rays and movies are still in bins. My posters are still in my garage. But you know what? Because I like you guys, I will give you a quick little sneak peek at the new upcoming Flick Cave. Okay, here's a quick tour of the new Flick Cave. I have red curtains, a Flick Pick pillow. Here's the couch where I watch my movies. Here's my TV. I do want to upgrade my TV eventually. I still have a plasma TV I bought like 8 years ago. My surround sound speakers. And then here is the movie shelf. Now, I don't have any movies on it because they're downstairs in my garage in plastic bins. But when I do get all my movies on my movie shelf, I will do a yearly Blu-ray collection video where I talk about every single movie in my collection. And to answer the other part of your question, yes, I do have a Patreon. I started it a few months back. If you want a closer look at it, I'll put the link down below. But I do special Q&As. I do Patreon giveaways every month where I give away movies or something cool. And I occasionally do live Google Hangouts where we can all hang out, eat popcorn, and talk about whatever. So yeah, the link to that's down below. What classic movie do you feel deserves a sequel but never got one? Off the top of my head, I might go with another Back to the Future movie. When it comes to time travel movies, you can essentially do whatever you want. You can go anywhere you want. Now, did I want Michael J. Fox to be in the movie again? Probably not. I think they could have went another direction with the movie, but kept the same concept. I would like to see Doc Brown return 1.21 gigawatts! And to make myself clear, I don't want a remake of Back to the Future. I just wish they could have made another adventure in the same universe, and preferably somehow had the DeLorean return. I don't know. I love the concept of Back to the Future. Now, another movie that should have gotten a sequel, but it hasn't, was the latest Judge Dredd movie starring Carl Urban. I love that movie, and the problem with that movie was the reason it didn't make any money is because they had the worst trailers for that movie. It made it look like a straight-to-DVD movie that cost $75 to make. I blame the marketing for that movie and the terrible trailers. But when you watch the movie, you're like, oh my god, this is kick-ass, this is awesome. Can you review the Halloween franchise, even the remakes? Well, if you didn't already know, I actually did do a movie review of the first Halloween last October because in my opinion, it's the best Halloween, and every sequel after that just kind of progressively gets worse. I actually think a few of the Halloween sequels are almost unwatchable. But yeah, if you want to check out that original review, there's a skit and a parody in the beginning of it where you think I'm going to kill my lady friend, but I don't. I just wanted to watch a movie, so yeah, check that out. What is your favorite Chris Nolan movie that is not part of the Dark Knight trilogy? You know what? I was actually just thinking about that earlier tonight because on Netflix right now, they actually have The Prestige. And I've always enjoyed The Prestige, and I really, you know what, I think it might be my favorite Christopher Nolan film outside of the Dark Knight trilogy. Because when it comes to The Prestige, there's a lot of things that film covers that I really enjoy, especially the time period, the late 1800s, early 1900s. I love movies that take place during a time period-esque setting. It always intrigued me. And the film's about magicians and illusions, and it stars two of my favorite actors, Hugh Jackman, Christian Bale. It also has Scarlett Johansson. You can't go wrong, Michael Caine. I once seen a ruby the size of a tangerine. Shitty impression. And just a quick backstory, not that anyone cares, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. I was actually eating a reheated Pizza Hut pizza that I bought 3 days ago on a rainy day, and I was eating that tonight, watching The Prestige. I watched half of the movie, and then I came up here to shoot this video. And it dawned on me, yeah, that is probably my favorite Christopher Nolan film. And before watching that tonight, I would have said Inception, but I went back and watched Inception a few months ago. And don't get me wrong, I love the movie Inception, but I felt like as far as rewatch value goes, every time I watch that movie, there's just something I like less and less about the movie. And maybe the thing about the movie Inception is it takes a lot out of you to watch the movie. And some of the chemistry in the movie doesn't really work for me, even though it stars a lot of my favorite actors, but there's something about The Prestige that feels simplified and just more intriguing. And so yeah, I'm gonna go with The Prestige. When are you going to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2, and are you excited for it? Well, I'm going to see the movie when it comes out, so that's like another 10 days or so. And the thing about YouTube now is, a lot of people on YouTube who talk about movies get to see very, very early screenings of movies. And unless you live in LA or New York, you don't get to attend those screenings. So unfortunately, I typically have to wait until Thursday night. I see the movie when everyone else does, and then I have to rush home, do a movie review in zombie mode, and then crap it out on Friday with my eyes bloodshot and I just want to pass out. But a few months ago, it only took 5 years to get, but I did apply for press passes to actually go see early screenings of films, and the only thing is, the largest city near me is an hour and a half away, and I have to drive there every time to see one of these early movies. But I did get an invite to see Guardians of the Galaxy about 5 days early, so on May 1st, I will see the movie, and I will post my review as soon as I possibly can after that. If YouTube ever stopped being lucrative, would you consider something in fitness, or would you want to go into graphic design/marketing? As far as YouTube not being that lucrative, it's already there. I mean, YouTube is a very scary place right now. And, you know, as a guy who makes videos essentially for a living, YouTube right now is in a very, very, very low, depressing slump. And if this was the stock market, well, I would say this is the Great Depression of YouTube. And the thing about YouTube is everyone thinks if you make YouTube videos, you're gonna get rich overnight. And that's just not the case. Right now, you can bust your butt, you can make really good videos, people can watch those videos, they might get a lot of views, but as far as a return on your hard work and investments go, you're going to get about 1/3 of what you used to get from YouTube, if that. That's if you're lucky. And when it comes to YouTube shooting themselves in the foot and slapping the creators across the face, I could probably talk for about 3 hours on the topic because, in my personal opinion, YouTube almost makes every wrong decision that you possibly can as far as letting their creators know what they're doing and giving them insights to help grow and expand. When it comes to YouTube, it doesn't matter if you have 5 million subscribers or 5,000 subscribers. They will keep you in the dark and they will do things that inhibit your ability to grow or succeed for the most part. I mean, every major change that YouTube has made, for the most part, has negatively affected its creators. And you know what? Speaking of YouTube, I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. I've had a lot of issues with YouTube. I would say as far as YouTube goes, the last 6 months have probably been the worst 6 months of YouTube I've ever experienced in 5 years. They keep tweaking things and changing things. I remember last fall, in August, September, and October, no matter what I did, no matter what kind of video it was, whenever I uploaded a video, I lost subscribers. Never in 6 years of making YouTube videos did that ever happen to me. And I figured it was some kind of glitch. And then when you get thousands of messages from people saying, "Hey John, I didn't think you still had a YouTube channel because I was unsubscribed from you for no reason whatsoever." And after you read hundreds and hundreds of messages just like that, where YouTube is actually unsubscribing people who subscribe to your channel for no apparent reason whatsoever, that's a scary thing, and that was happening for 3 months straight. I actually had a phone call with someone who works at YouTube and Google, and I was asking them about these issues, and they were very vague with me, and I said, "Why am I losing subscribers? What is happening? Why is this happening? Why are my views down for no reason whatsoever?" This all immediately started happening, and their only answer is, YouTube doesn't make any mistakes, everything's fine, don't worry about it. And that's when I lost faith in YouTube. So when it comes to YouTube, the unfortunate thing right now is it's almost the hardest time in the history of YouTube to make a channel, to get noticed. And I'm sorry to say that, but you know what? Hopefully if we can weather the storm and we can all combine forces and just raise our voices and shout at the rooftops, maybe, just maybe, it'll change. I hope it does. I'm getting sad thinking about it. So back to your question, if YouTube stopped being lucrative, what would I do? Well, I'd probably still make YouTube videos because as far as YouTube videos go, they're very therapeutic to me. The reason I started making YouTube videos wasn't to get rich, it wasn't to get famous. It's because I was a weirdo living in my parents' basement. I didn't have any friends and I wanted friends who had similar interests. So I started talking to a camera in hopes of doing that. So everyone who's ever subscribed, well, thank you for that. I do consider you a friend and I love you. And if you were here right now, I'd hug you. And you'd be scared. The next question comes from my fellow YouTube pal, Mr. Sunday Movies. Great channel, check him out by the way. How's your sense of balance? Here's 10 things you missed about 5 things you never knew. That's my Mr. Sunday Movies impression. Okay, crappy Australian accent, I know. I'm going to stand on one leg, like this. Look at this, look what I can do. I'm on one leg right now. I don't know what's happening. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. But once again, guys, if you leave a comment down below and like the video, I will pick someone down below in the comments section. I want to give this away to you, the Steelbook of Underworld Blood Wars. So like I said, leave a comment down below. Hopefully you get this. That's going to conclude this Q&A Ask Anything. As usual, guys, leave your thoughts, your opinions down below in the comments section. Oh, and by the way, before I go, I wanted to let you guys know that movie news episodes have returned. I love talking about movie news, or at least movie news I care about. So yeah, stay tuned until after this video and click the giant thumbnail where I talk about Avatar, sequels, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you guys next time.